Hello. Hello. Oh, sunlight. How's it going? How's everyone doing? Today is a good day. I had some sleep. Hey, Captain Boss. How are you? How's it going? Number 3. Captain Boss number 3. OMG. Is the one-man wolf pack. I love that scene. Do you know what I mean with the one-man wolf pack, Captain Boss? Hey, Jenny, how's it going? Let me find it for you. Now, I don't know if we're going to get copyright claim by YouTube, but whatever.
I want to talk about something.
All right.
So this is where I got the one-man wolf pack from.
I'd like to say something that I've prepared
Hi, Yatsuki. Zilly.
tonight.
All right, Alan.
So funny.
Hello.
It's a good speech.
How about that ride in? I guess that's why they call it Sin City. You guys might not know this, but I consider myself a bit of a loner. I tend to think of myself as a one-man wolf pack. But when my sister brought Doug home, I knew he was one of my own.
One-man wolf pack.
And my wolf pack, it grew by one. So there were two of us in the wolf pack. I was alone first in the pack, and then Doug joined in later. And 6 months ago, when Doug introduced me to you guys, I thought, wait a second, could it be? And now I know for sure I just added 2 more guys to my wolf pack.
All right.
4 of us wolves running around the desert together in Las Vegas, looking for strippers and cocaine. So tonight, I make a toast.
What do you got there?
Oh, yeah!
Yeah. Then it escalates from there, but the one-man wolf pack. Rick, how's it going? Jenna, yeah, well, you're right. Yeah. It's a good challenge. I mean, you could also just do whatever you want. You know, like I'm just gonna do it top of my head a cool character. It doesn't matter. So suggestions on topics. Throw them at me, and I'll roll the dice, and we'll get rolling. The one-man wolf pack. Yeah, I love it how like the one-man wolf pack grew by one. I was like first alone with wolf pack. So stupid. Ghost of Woe. Oh, woe me. That's pretty cool. So we got Ghost of Woe and Witch Hunter. That's pretty cool. I'll give it till my clock ticks over to 12 minutes past. Then I'll see how many topics there are. If it's just these two, then I'll split the dice in half. Oh, we got more Black Bible. That's pretty cool. Eric Moy, Black Bible. Quentin. What up, morning? Very piratey. Or monstery. Brain. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 4. How can we split the 6 dice in 4? We can't. Which means 5 and 6 is up for grabs. Roll it. 3. Alright. Which was 1, 2, 3. Eric Moy, Black Bible. Interesting. Right, Black Bible. Eric Moy. Eric Moy. Moy, Moy, Moy. Hey, dear Bard. OMG. We are back with the one and only Mr. Dear Bard. Okay, time's a ticking. Time's a ticking. Black Bible. One of the things I got in my mind was like Exorcist. The Exorcist kind of thing. So let's try something. Hey, Voodoo Breakfast, how's it going? Okay, let's see if I can capture what I had in my mind. What did I really see in my mind? I'm drawing while not even looking. Trying to... What's the angle? It's actually the other way. Yeah. It's way better. But it won't capture what I need in frame, so I need to do this. Yep, okay. Hey, Constant Sam, how's it going? Zealin, yeah, it's easy to go to bed too late, being caught up in everything. I felt the same, the last few weeks I've been up very late. Like I go to bed at 2 in the morning, maybe wake up at 7, and it's okay to the point of where you can capture it again, you know, recharge the batteries. But if at the point where you really feel the need that you gotta rest up, and you don't get it, the ability to rest up, then you're pretty screwed. You know? Hey, Shartha, how's it going? Welcome, Shartha. You are welcome. You have arrived. Oh, really, Eric Boyd? Black Bible Black. Okay. I won't play it, as I most likely will be copyright claimed. But I will listen to it afterwards to see. It's really glad to see you again, here, Chef. So this is kind of what I saw: a person in bed with a Bible, the Black Bible, kind of like corrupted, like the Exorcist, kind of, and kind of like dead, you know. Probably should be like that. Looking up. Kind of. You know, I was thinking about dreams the other day. Captain Boast, no. it's one of those sketches that it's not worth. It's too flawed. Yeah, so back, I was on the topic of dreams. I was thinking, you know, the eye, the receptors in the eye, and the like the functionality of an eye, right? Is the camera obscura, and it's the fact like a black room with a hole in it, and it takes in the surroundings and projects it at the back of the black room, right? And that's more or less how the eye works. It receives the picture upside down in the eyeball. So our receptors are receiving the image of what we're seeing. The image itself is upside down, but our brain flips it, and you can mess around with that fact uh, a lot. You can mess with the brain, and you can start seeing things differently because you're messing with the built-in receptors in the system, where with how that works. So I was thinking, like the fact that we're seeing everything in the dreams. I'm not saying we're seeing them upside down, but there is these things about memory and having left and right flipped, uh, because depending on your point of view and how you remember it. I don't remember the details, but there is this idea that left and right side can flip in an image depending on how you've seen it, much like a mirror, right? You can look in a mirror, and mirror shows you not that when you raise the left hand, um, the mirror is actually showing incorrectly. Zealand, yeah, exactly. So I was thinking about that in terms of dreams. It's like, are we just is dreams like a systematic adjustment? Like I was thinking, we're seeing the picture upside down, so our brain just automatically translate it to the correct way up, and you can mess with it, like Zealand mentioned. Is it also the same possibility then that dreams are going through a filter of how the brain receives it, so we are just seeing it in a specific way, and that we can actually mess with it, so we can alter our way of perceiving a dream? Dearbard, in theory, yes, regardless of age, because it's a system, underlying system, just that runs constantly, and it's an extremely adaptive system because it's how the brain adjusts if damage and so on. Yeah, it is pretty fast, but I think that's the beauty of the human body as well. Like it's so adaptive and dynamic. But yeah, anyway, so that was my idea about dreams. I wonder if you could hack or readjust your brain to perceive dreams differently. But in order to do that, you got to know how it operates, and we don't really know how the dreams operate, or where they originates from, or the purpose of them in that sense. There's only assumptions. Hey Japan, how's it going? Welcome back, yo! Captain Boss. Oh, really? That's cool. I'd love to know more about that. Yeah, the Inception twang. Yep. Rest in peace, ears. Sorry. Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I would love to know, because I am a huge fan of dreaming, and I can control my dreams. I'm very aware that I'm dreaming when I'm dreaming. So I have control of my dreams. But most of the times I just allow it to happen. What's that called? It's called lucid dreaming. I was a big fan of it. Echography. This painting. It's a topic by Eric Muy, which is Black Bible. Lucid dream. Yeah, lucid dreams. I've been a fan of it since I was little. The idea of it, and the idea of dreams, and that they have a meaning and so on. So I have explored the topic quite extensively, and I've had some really weird experiences with dreams and dream states and meditation and so on. I'm a big fan of it. I have practiced it a lot. Yeah, one thing I know that I'm dreaming is that there's no smell in dream worlds. Like now, I can smell things. For me, there's no smells in dreams. So as soon as I like wake up, either wake state or sleep state, it's like I know that something is messed up if I can't smell anything. So worst case scenario is like I'm walking down the street in awake state, can't smell anything. I was like, I can fly, jump off the rooftop. That should happen. Eric Moo, yeah, absolutely. I've had that many times about like, oh, I dreamt about this, or I've seen this person before in my dream, and things like that. That has happened a lot of times. I even read a book in my dreams, a book that doesn't exist. As the alien, yeah. Is this real? I don't understand. Bjorn, blow your nose. Ah, okay. Yeah, Eric, that's a funny. The book was the book itself was a kind of a horrible dream I had. It was a multi-episode dream, you know, that a dream that always came back, and the dream was about like a parasite entity, which was like a fat man with very like strange face and fat lips, and he was like a old uncle type character, right? And the way this character was a parasite was he didn't have the power or the energy to leech on you, but because you were dreaming about him, he got the power to leech of someone else, because you kind of like, you as the dreamer manifested him, and that way, that because you manifested him, he can't hurt you, but he can hurt someone else because of you, right? um so this dream came back and back and back, and I felt just more and more negative about it, because I couldn't stop dreaming about him, and every time I dreamt about him, he leached life of someone, and it was this really nasty character, and I was walking to this hill with a swing and a house on it, like a little house, and on the swing was a kid, and like a father kind of what looked from a distance pushing the swing of the kid, right? And I walked up and I saw it was that parasite person, and every swing he pushed the kid, you could see the kid uh, lost life. Every time he touched her and pushed her, she just died more and more. And he didn't say anything. He just looked at me like with a smirk and kept swinging the pushing the kid on the swing like I'm just a father. And you could see that like kid just dying slowly every time he pushed her on the swing. And I was like, at that moment I was like, fuck this guy. And I started, and that's when I found the book, and the book was a book about him, about like his creation origin, how like the bedtime story about him, so that you could figure out how to kill him, uh, and uh, and that's what the book was about, like the way how to kill him, like the story of how this parasite came to being, his weakness, and like a bedtime story type thing. And I figured out through reading that book that the only way to kill him was to manifest him in real world. So what I did was every time I dreamt about him, I looked at him and remembered his face, like all the details of his face. And eventually, when I had captured all the information of his face from memory, and obviously every time I dreamt about him, someone was being leached on, someone was dying slowly because he was sucking the life out of them, and he was just growing fatter and fatter. And eventually I managed to see him fully, capture him in a drawing, and then I burnt the drawing, and then I never dreamt about him again. So that's the time where I read a book in my dreams to kill this leech entity. Yeah. Welcome to my mind. Constant Sam. Captain Boss. Actually, that that's how my father knows he has a lucid dream. If he's like being chased through the house or something, like scared, he remembers like, is this dream? And he opens a book and he he can't read it, but he said the point where he could start reading the book, that's when he had control over the dreams, which was a really cool little thing he told me once. So he also has lucid dreams. So-called me, no, no. I've seen a few Freddy Krueger movies, but I'm not interested in them. Obviously, as a child of the 80s, I have watched Freddy Krueger and all these weird horror movies, but no. I don't remember what that fat guy was called. He had a name, but as he died, I forgot him because I don't want to remember him. I don't want to dream about him. And there was another. I think it's a lot more psychological than than anything. It was like this dream. I think it was kind of lean on my father. Uh, You can definitely see metaphors in this little dream, but it was like a everyday scenario in a dream. And then I remembered in the dream overhearing on the news that there was this pair of Italian twins that are deemed armed and dangerous, like in the neighborhood, and that if you happen to stumble upon them, don't try to do anything and walk away and inform the police, right? And this was when I was little, 10 maybe. And in the dream, it was this everyday thing, and we were out walking in the city. Mario and Luigi? No, it was not. It was. They looked like the Heart Knight in Wizard of Oz, kind of in the with Johnny Depp. Yeah, I don't remember that actor, but they were like kind of slick back, black hair, lean. Anyway, so we were walking around. Hey, Gilrath, how's it going? So we were walking around in a city, and there was two like sport motorcycles. And my father, being really into cars and motorcycles and things that go fast, he walked up to the motorcycles, and there was the two drivers there with kind of just stepped off the motorcycles with the full gear on, and as soon as they took off the helmet, the two motorcycle drivers, I noticed it was the twins, and I was like, didn't think about it. It's like, oh, my dad is talking about cars again. And then I realized, oh, it's those twins from the news. And I tried to interrupt my father to tell him, like, look away. You shouldn't interact with them. Like, we have to go. And he kept talking to them, and I was like, come on, like, we gotta go. And my father eventually turned around angry and like, what do you want? Like, with the hands forward. And I saw that the fingertips, they were hollowed out, and my father's eyes were hollowed out, and those twins had like eaten his insides. So he was a hollow husk. Well, I remember that dream a lot. Messed with me a lot. One of those dreams that kind of hung around, even in an awake state. Like, fuck this dream. And I'm quite sure that had like a lot of, you could do like a psychoanalysis there, quite a lot. So you think your father is a hollow, shallow person who only likes motorcycles and talks to strangers and not you? You could definitely do that analysis. And how does that make you feel? Dear Martha. Yeah, me too. And I had this really funny dream in England for a couple of years ago. I have an even better story, but a story I shouldn't talk about on the stream. But I'll tell you this one. It was this really like a normal day walking home from work. I commuted into London, and walking home back, and because at my home I lived really close to the sea, so I had sea view. And as I kind of was walking down the street, the sea is in front of me, and my home is on the right. And as I kind of had a clear view of the sea, kind of through the sea came this massive, kind of not triangular spaceship, but from the front, the spaceship looked like a pyramid. But it was obvious it wasn't a pyramid because of depth cues. But as it was rising out of the ocean, it looked like a pyramid. and I was like, holy, and like whatever emotions you would have seeing a massive spaceship coming up out of the ocean. Fear, amazement, panic, all those emotions, right? And I was kind of went down and I kind of hid in the corner of the bushes, like like tactical, leaning towards the edge of a wall, kind of, Uh, and I was like, "Oh, am I dreaming? Like, what's happening?" It was like, like a crazy person, but obviously sniffing to see if it was a dream or not. But I was in too much of a panic state, and as I kind of started getting my wits about myself, along came these kind of mechanized soldiers. Um, Alien radar, yeah. Eric Ricky, this is just a random. The topic is Black Bible, so I'm kind of drawing a a person that is that. Um, yeah, desperately trying to smell something for sure. And like I said, as soon as I started getting my wits about me, these mechanized soldiers, kind of on stilts, uh, they were they were wet, they were coming, really rapidly running, and they had and as soon as I started seeing them, like approaching, like kind of appearing and being launched, this massive triangular, which wasn't a triangular spaceship, uh, shot this sonic weapon. The sonic weapon, the Inception sound, and you could feel it, you could hear it. All the windows were vibrating. You could feel it in your chest, like being hit by the sound impact. You could see all the trees moving. You could hear the echo through the city of this signal bouncing through everything, and uh, and it paralyzed me. That sound, like like such a powerful sound. And then all the stilt soldiers, these mechanized soldiers, they had sonic weapons as well, and they started shooting, like, and paralyzing humans by sound. I remember that, and I kept on like trying to survive, running around the city, and so classic. I don't want to die dream. And but the thing is, it was so tangible, it was so real, like everything, the minute details, the little things, it all felt like this actually happened. And I felt it in my core that it's true. And and uh, and the next day and following week, I was like walking around, like asking my wife, like, "Are you sure it didn't happen?" And like, I'm quite sure. And why isn't it on the news? Why isn't, like, have the aliens taken over and erased our memory? It's like, what's happening? It's like, I know it happened to 100%. This this attack occurred. Like, why isn't anyone talking about it? Why is everyone just walking around like nothing happened? I was so confused about it for like the longest time. Like, what the fuck? I know it happened. And like, because it was such a manifestation in my head, it was so true, it was like perfectly executed dream. Maybe it happened, yeah. So for me, it's like, why why isn't it worldwide news? Like, sonic attack, alien has arrived, stuff. Quantum stuff, yeah, exactly. They probed me. Kilrathi. Oh yeah. Yeah. They're alive, right? That's what they call. No, but I have so many weird dreams. I love dreaming. They live, yeah. Yeah, I love dreaming. I have some pretty cool experiences with dreams. Whoa. Oh. I don't know. I kind of like it like this. It's a bit simple. But kind of spooky, right? Yeah, dreams can be fun, but also terrifying for sure. If you feel captured in a dream and you can't escape it, it's horrible. I can tell you about another superhero dream another time, where I like came up with completely new superheroes, and I could run on vertical walls and things like that. It's crazy. Like a time splitter Superman as well. Let's see who we can raid. That looks pretty cool. Let's see. What are you drawing, mystery person? How can I raid you? How do you think I can, like, yeah, you're a million views, and how can I write this? How can I write your name? Like, no, no chance. Great art, good luck. Mm, 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 mm. You can't select it. Amir, yeah. Yeah. Is it Chinese or Korean or birthday stream giveaway? All right. We can rate that person, and hopefully if you can win something. Kaku Lukia. Right. Let's rate that person. Have a great day, everyone. See you guys tomorrow morning. It's Friday. Thanks everyone for joining in. Good night. Have a if you're that part of the world, have a great day. If you're this side of the world, either way, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.